Hi, I'm Lynette and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be telling you about the makeup products that I regret buying. If you like these types of videos, go ahead and hit the like button and consider subscribing because I do beauty related videos here on my channel every Saturday. Now, I already have a series titled Stuff I'm Liking Right Now, and that is all about makeup products that I'm loving so much and I'm so excited about that I want to get on camera and tell you about how much I'm enjoying them. So if you haven't seen any of those videos, I will link a playlist right up here. So I thought it would be a good balance for me to come here and tell you about the products that I didn't like as much and just makeup that I regret even purchasing. Let's get started. Now, some of these products I no longer have because I either threw them away or I gave them away. So I'm going to start off with those. Now, the first item I'm going to talk about is one that I've talked about on my channel before. This will probably be the third time I've talked about this product, and it is the KVD Everlasting lip liner in the color Roxy. Now, I had a love-hate relationship with that lip liner from the moment that I purchased it in the store and brought it on home. The formula of that lip liner is so soft that you have to click it up, and any amount of product that came out of it that I tried to use, I broke the lip liner like 3 times, and like 33% of the product was gone, which was really annoying because that lip liner is like $21. So I couldn't afford, literally, I couldn't afford to be losing any product. So that happened quite a few times. Now, one of the things I liked about it, that I liked in theory about it, was the fact that it was retractable. So you just clicked it up to use it and I never had to sharpen it. So I like that idea. It didn't really work out in practice because the packaging was just shit. It was just really shitty packaging. But I kept trying to use it because I like the color so much. What finally brought this whole love-hate relationship with this damn lip liner to a head was one day I was trying to click the product out of the package and out of the tube, and I'm clicking and clicking and clicking and clicking and clicking, and absolutely nothing is coming out. And I'm trying to look to see if there's anything left in it, but of course I couldn't see. And I'm like, it can't be. I know I already broke it like 3 times, but there has to be more product in it than that. Like, I've already used up and thrown out what broke off already. Like, it can't already be gone. But I'm clicking and I'm clicking and I'm clicking and nothing is coming out. So I finally put the top back on and I put it away. And then I think to myself, well, why am I putting it away? I mean, if there's no product left in it, I might as well just throw it away. So I take it out. I take the top off, and all of the lip liner that I was clicking and clicking for days trying to get out somehow ended up on the outside of the tube. And of course, I couldn't use it like that. So I ended up having to throw it out anyway. And that really effing annoyed me because that lip liner was so freaking expensive and I barely got to use it. I barely got to use any of the product before I just, in a moment of frustration, I had to throw it away. It couldn't be used at that point. So that really pissed me off, but I love that color Roxy so much. It was kind of like this electric purple with a hint of blue undertone to it. So it turns out there's a good ending to this story that I was able to find another lip liner that's really, really similar in color to that Roxy lip liner, and it's from NYX, and it's the NYX Suede Matte lip liner, and it's a regular old pencil, but at this point I don't mind having to sharpen a regular old pencil. And I'll show you a swatch of it. And now I was able to compare the two. I went to Sephora and I swatched the Roxy, Kat Von D Roxy one on my hand, and I left it on my hand purposely so that when I came home I could compare these two. And this is the NYX Shadow lip liner. and this is in the color Amethyst. And the two are virtually the same. Just this one, the NYX one, has a little more blue undertone to it. But other than that, I mean, they're almost identical. Almost identical. But they're close enough for me to love this. I've been wearing it with the same lipsticks I wore the Kat Von D Roxy with. And it's matte. It's really nice. And I like this so much. This is the first time I've ever used a NYX Suede lip liner. I have some of their other lip liners, but I don't have any of these. So I like this so much that I think I'm going to go back and see what other colors they have in the Suede collection. And I might pick up a couple more. So F you, KVD Roxy. Okay. Okay. Next up is another item that I don't have in my possession. And you might be surprised by this because this was a rather recent purchase that I picked up at IMATS in April. And it is the Viseart blush palette. And I forget the number, which one it is, but I will have it in the description box below. I recently did my first like eyeshadow declutter. My bestie Christina, hi Christina, she dropped in on me on Mother's Day from the Philippines, and she was very excited. She's like, we could go makeup shopping. I was like, makeup shopping, girl, I got plenty of makeup I can just give you. So that is a picture of the things that I gave her. I could have given her more, but I didn't want to overwhelm her. And you'll see in that pic in the upper left corner at the top is the second palette from the left. I didn't swatch it at IMATS, which was really okay. So there you go. It turns out that there's 6 shades. 4 of the blushes just didn't work on my skin tone. They were too light and they barely showed up on me. And then the final 2 at the bottom, the orange one and the really plummy one. The really plummy one I already have like in 2 other products somewhere else in my collection. And then the orange one, I keep trying to wear orange on my face and it doesn't work. So I went ahead and I gave her that palette, and I really hope she's using it because I told her, I'm like, please use it. It's expensive. So yeah, you'll also see in that photo that big Too Faced Stardust eyeshadow palette. That was the collaboration with Vegas Nay, and I gave that to her too. It was untouched. I lusted after that palette and lusted after that palette. And once I got it, I never used it. I swatched it a couple times, but I never actually applied any of the eyeshadow to my eyelids. So I gave that one away too. More products that I regret buying. Fenty Beauty, when it first launched, I was all about it. And she launched her Galaxy lip glosses, and I went on ahead and bought 3 of them. There might have been 4 or 5, I don't remember, but these were the 3 that I purchased, and I regret buying them. I do. I really wish I had just gone on ahead and bought 1, and then I could have found out if I liked it or not, and then I wouldn't have bought 2 more because they're expensive. I want to say they're like $17 or $18, but they're beautiful. They're gorgeous, and I swatched them in a previous video, and they're really, really pretty. They're part of her Galaxy collection, and the shades are beautiful. This is one of them right here. I can't tell you the color because I don't have my glasses on, but just really gorgeous. And they're really gorgeous when first applied. Beautiful, sparkle, beautiful. Beautiful. The problem is the way that they wear. As you wear them, and the pigment, the color starts to wear away and wear off, and then you're left with just a whole bunch of glitter all over your lips. That's difficult to get off. And once you apply them, you really shouldn't like rub your lips together to spread it around because that will mess it up too. So you really have to just apply 1 layer, the top layer on your top lip, and then leave it alone. but you know, as it wears during the day, you're just left with glitter, no color, just glitter all over your lips. So I never wear them, and I need to because they're really gorgeous and I paid a lot of money for them. So I am going to start wearing them. But if only just because I paid for them. But yeah, if I had to do it all over again, I probably wouldn't buy any of them. So yeah. Next up is another eyeshadow palette, and this one is from Colored Raine, and it is the Lovelies palette by Colored Raine. It's one of their mini palettes. They have 4 of them. I purchased 2, this one and the Beauty Rust palette. And for a minute, I was regretting buying both of them. And it's not because they're bad eyeshadows. They're not. Colored Raine does not make bad eyeshadows. I like their eyeshadow formula. That wasn't the problem. The problem is just the color combination. I like cool tone eyeshadows, and I can pretty much work with any eyeshadow palette. Like, I get a palette and I can do a look with it. And I did use this palette, but it's just the colors in here, I'm just not inspired by the colors in here. And I think it's them together in combination in one palette that is what's killing the vibe for me. Pretty cool tone. This is a nice shimmer metallic shade. This is a nice soft pink. You have this gorgeous red. Then you have this like dull dead gray, and then you have this blue and paired with this white. It's like all of the colors, the shadows together just don't make sense. It's just not a cohesive color story. And so when I look at it, I open it up and I'm like, all right, today is the day I'm going to use this palette. And I'm just like, I don't know what to do with it. I mean, I did use it once. I used the pinky mauve shade all over, and I think I used the blue as, you know, on my lower lid, but it's just I regret buying them. And they are expensive. I, of course, bought them on sale because they want $36 for these puppies, which is outrageous. I got it for $27. But this one, now the Beauty Rust, I did regret buying it for a minute because, you know, I have a lot of these shades already. But then I actually started using this palette. And you've actually seen this palette. I've done tutorials using this palette or using one of the shades in here. And it's this shade right here, this dusk shade. That's it right there. And lately, I've been doing makeup looks with other palettes and shadows, and then I've been going into this palette to get just that shade out of there because it works beautifully as an outer V shade that you put into the crease. But so this palette I've actually been using, but this palette, yeah, I can't get into it. I'm gonna force myself to try to use some of the shadows in it, but if I had to do it all over again, I wouldn't purchase it. Next up is a product from Wet n Wild. I like to blot using blotting papers, but the blotting papers that I use, I no longer see on Sephora's website, and they are the Dinoplatz 100% Korean mulberry blotting papers, and they're made by Too Cool for School. And I love these papers. I love the compact and the little sponge and the paper. It comes with adhesive. I can blot my whole face with it, but they don't sell them on Sephora anymore, and I'm running scared. I'm in a panic. So I've been looking for blotting powders that I can use because at some point these blotting papers might be hard to find. And so I came across the mattifying powder from Wet n Wild, and it's $4.99, and it came with a I'm pretty sure it did. You open it like this, and it came with a little thing that I took out, a powder puff that I took out. Very flat, very thin, not very good. Anyway, this is the powder, And I know what you're thinking. Why did you buy this white ass powder? Because it says it's, did it say it's translucent? I thought it would be translucent, okay? So, I was using it the first time, the only time I used it. I put the powder puff in there and I right on my face. I might have used a little too much at first. I can own that. But I put it here to blot, and then I tried to blend it out, and that didn't work. That didn't work at all. That powder went nowhere. When I tell you it didn't move, it didn't move. So I was at work and I had two big patches of white powder on my face. I can laugh about it now. It wasn't funny then. So I don't know what I did. I think I don't know what I did to try to get it out. I never really did. It was still kind of white there, but it didn't move. So that was my one and only time using this powder. I couldn't blend it out. I could not blend it out. So that was enough for me. Totally regret buying this, and I wouldn't even suggest it. Definitely wouldn't suggest it if you have any melanin in your skin. The next thing I regret buying is from Sephora, and it is the Milk Makeup Blur Stick. You see this little thing? You see this? This right here? This is the sample. It costs $14. Yes, $14. The regular sized one is $36, but it's ginormous. This little thing here though, like, literally there's this much product in it, like this much. Now granted, it's gonna take me a while to use this because I really don't have pores. The only pores I have are right here, like around my nose, under my nose, and right here. And so I've been using it for that. And I mean, it's okay, I guess. I can't really judge it, I suppose, because the areas where I apply it, they're not like the greatest to try to get product in. So maybe if I had pores, you know, large pores along here, I could determine if this is really great or not. But for $14 for this little bit of nothing kind of pissed me off. And I ordered it online because everything online looks way bigger than it is in real life, and went to Sephora to buy something else, and then saw the little thing, you know, that line when you're getting ready to check out, they have all that stuff there for you to buy. And I saw this and I was like, oh, is that that little teeny dot? What? That's what I ordered? If I could have canceled, went right on home and canceled my order, I would have. But yeah, so that's the main reason why I regret buying it. It's $14 for a product that, I mean, it's okay. All right, and then from Physicians Formula, the Healthy Foundation. And as you can see, I have two. I found out about this foundation from another YouTuber, and I was shocked that they even had shades this deep, because Physicians Formula, they don't do deep. So when I saw it, I thought, oh, okay, Physicians Formula is trying to step up their game. All right. And the bottle, look how pretty the bottle is. And it's the Healthy Foundation, and it's supposed to have healthy ingredients in it. And I thought, hey, I have sensitive acne prone skin. This might be just what I should be using on it. So I went on out and I bought it in the color DN4 first, because that was the deepest shade I could find in any drugstore. I don't know if they have a deeper one, but this is as deep as they went in the drugstore. And then this was too dark for me in the winter time, and then I went and got DN3, which is too light. And then I thought maybe I could mix them together, and no, not really. That never really works though, does it? So no, that didn't really work. But that's how much I wanted to like this foundation. But let me just talk about the packaging for a second. It's got this big Bigfoot doe foot on it, which I don't like. I just give me a pump and I will apply it with my fingers. But this, you put it on your face. The problem I have with this is that I guess there's like a suction in here, so that when you pull it out, you don't get all of this product all over the place, which is great. But then when I'm trying to put it back in, I don't know if you can see that, but the product comes up and then it just ends up making a mess right here at the top of the container. So I like the look of the packaging, but I don't like how it works. The packaging, it doesn't work in this packaging. Anywho, I wore this a few times and I mean, it's just okay. It's not enough coverage for me. I like a full coverage foundation. This to me is not full coverage enough. And it's just all right. It just really didn't do anything for me. And this is expensive for drugstore. It's like $13, $12.99, $13. And I had to buy two to try to, because they don't have my shade. And I think that's a lot for the drugstore. And then the fact that it just is not enough coverage and it just doesn't really do anything. I mean, it's just okay. I really regret buying this foundation, and having bought two of them, I doubly regret it. Okay, last but not least is a skincare product from The Ordinary, and it is the vitamin C suspension 23% and HA spheres 2%. Okay. I hauled this in another video, and I didn't really know what this, I don't know anything about skincare, but this was supposed to like help brighten my skin and keep it from looking dull. And so I was like, okay, great, I'll try it. It only cost me like less than $5, so it wasn't expensive. And this broke me out. I mean, the long and short of it, it broke me out. It's very gritty, and I knew it was going to be gritty from reading the reviews on Sephora. So I mixed it in with my moisturizer because they suggest you do that to so that it feels less gritty. So I did that, and that did help. But it broke me out. I used it for about a week, and after a week's worth of use, I started breaking out. And I said, well, let me not use this and let me see if it's this, because I had introduced this and maybe a foundation in my routine, but I didn't think it was my foundation. It was the CoverX foundation that I had been wearing for weeks. So I stopped wearing this, and sure enough, the breakouts stopped. So I can't even tell you how good of a product it is because I only used it for a week, and that's it. So let me know, are there any makeup products or skincare products that you bought that now you regret having spent your money on? I would like to know in the comments below. Okay, so that is it for today. Those are all the makeup products I regret buying, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please go ahead and hit that like button and consider subscribing, because I do these types of videos every Saturday on my channel. Thank you for joining me today. I hope to see you again next week. Until then, bye-bye.